This is the world's largest man-made dam located in China's Hubei province. It is about 2,300 meters wide and as tall as a 60-story building on the other side. The system holds back the water of China's longest river. Once again, welcome here. This more than 6,000-kilometer-long Yangtze River is not only the longest river in China, but also in Asia. It starts from the mountains in western China, and after crossing more than half of the country, it empties into the East China Sea near Shanghai. 1911, due to heavy rains, the water level in the Yangtze River rose so much that floods hit nearby areas. This terrifying flood killed 100,000 people and left many more homeless. 20 years later, in 1931, it flooded again, and this time the destruction shook the entire China. The disaster was so massive that the Chinese government found it difficult to even estimate the losses. Rough estimates suggest that about 3 million lives were lost. Despite such huge losses, flooding on this river did not stop. In the coming years, the only solution was to build a dam to stop the river water to hold back such a massive and wild river. China had to do something big. Construction of the dam started in 1994. At one time, 40,000 workers were working on it. After 17 years of effort, it became fully functional in 2011. This is the world's largest dam and also the world's largest concrete structure. About 28 million cubic meters of concrete were used. Experts say if this much concrete was poured over a country like Switzerland, the entire country would sink under 2 feet of concrete. Besides concrete, the dam stores so much water that it even slows the rotation of the Earth. NASA scientists believe it slows the Earth's rotation by 0.006 microseconds, which means this dam alone makes a day longer by 0.006 microseconds. Although this is not a figure, we can notice it is the only man-made structure that affects Earth rotation. A huge structure obviously cost a lot. The Chinese government spent about $32 billion to build the Three Gorges Dam. Surprisingly, there are around 100 countries whose total GDP is less than the cost of this dam. Along with being the largest dam, it is also the world's largest power plant. It has 32 powerful turbine generators, producing about 22,500 megawatts of electricity. Water passes through heavy-duty turbines. The pressure rotates the turbines, and the connected generators produce electricity. The electricity produced by this dam fulfills the needs of around 60 million people in China. Compared with other power plants, the world's second-largest power plant located in South America does not even come close to it. To meet its growing energy needs, China has built many such plants. Among the top 20 power plants in the world, 9 are in China. Building the Three Gorges Dam was also a very tough task. The plan existed for almost 100 years, but Chinese civil war and political problems delayed it. When construction finally started in 1994, the Chinese government faced heavy criticism because around 1 million people had to be relocated. Many towns near the Yangtze River are still underwater today. Satellite images show that before 1994, the river flowed between mountains. After the dam, the water level rose significantly. At this location, a 20-30 meter long and 181 meter high concrete wall was built between two mountains to stop the Yangtze River. Before the dam, the river width was about 700 meters. But after construction, it expanded to around 3,600 meters. But the question is, how was such a huge wall built in water? To build any structure in water, engineers first need to stop the water. Chinese engineers dumped rocks into half of the river, raising it above the water level. The river then flowed through the remaining path. When the rock-filled cofferdam dried to sections of the dam wall were built, then the remaining part was constructed. While water was diverted through tunnels, spillway gates were also installed, so that if the dam fills up, excess water can safely flow downstream. Besides flood control and electricity generation, another purpose of the dam was to improve shipping on the Yangtze River. The Three Gorges Dam has the world's largest ship locks, and it is also the only dam with a ship lift that lifts ships about 100 meters because the water level on one side of the dam is about 100 meters higher than downstream. Despite so many benefits, it also creates risks for China. Experts say no matter how strong a dam is, it must face the power of nature. Climate change and global warming are increasing Rainfall, the maximum level of the reservoir is 175 meters, and water has already reached about 160 meters. Another risk is that water enters the dam at about 50,000 cubic meters per second, while outflow is much lower, which means the water level keeps rising, increasing pressure on the dam. Large dam failures are not new. In 1975 in China's Hunan province, heavy rainfall caused dams to collapse. Massive water rushed into nearby settlements within minutes. About 240,000 people died and more than 10 million were left homeless. The Three Gorges Dam is far larger than those dams. If such an accident ever happened, it could become the biggest disaster in human history. Hope you liked this video. Thank you for your support, and see you in the next video.